Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. Like I said, what I do is I try to enlighten people, encourage people, empower people, getting them to understand that there's no shortcut in life. Right now, is the only thing come fast is trouble. Easy to get into, hard to get out. What I try to do is share my life experience and my interaction with those that was in the street with me, directly or indirectly during my time frame, letting people know right now, only thing come fast is trouble, easy to get into, hard to get out. How do I use my past transgression to get these kids to stop picking up that brick, making that multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address? Let them know, man, crime doesn't pay. Letting them understand right now is, guess what? It's other option, it's other opportunity out there to hustle, to grind. Right now, when you hear the word hustle, you know what you think of? Illegal activity. You know what? Hustling don't always have to be illegal activity. There's so many people that's out there now that hustling legally, that's grinding legally, man. And right now, making different stream of income legally. And the difference is right now, if they can do it, you can do it too. Right now, Google me. Get your signed copy of the Brian Glaze Gibbs book, Beyond Lucky, a true story of crack, money, murder, and redemption, by emailing me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. If I can change, anybody can change, because change comes from within. Hey folks, today, what I'm going to talk about this individual. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the individual name is Alpo. Okay, what I'm going to do a segment on today is, what was Alpo dying words? Okay, what was Alpo dying words? Alpo, as you sit back and you think about and you Google Alberto Alpo Martinez, right now you'll see all type of storylines. Everything populate, come up, everybody talking about him, all the social media. Right now, one person in particular, every time you look around, he interview people who he's asking about. Alpo, Alpo, Alpo. Right now is, guess what? I know Tupac made this song, All Eyes on Me. But right now, when that individual was out in the street, you know what I'm saying, even after he came home, I'm talking about from the 80s to the 90s, when he's out in the street, guess what? All eyes was on him. Tupac made that song, All Eyes on Me, all eyes was on him. Because once again, people want to know what he was doing, what he was saying, what he was wearing, what he was driving, what type of jewelry he was wearing. This man right now had an outstanding life, okay? Here it is, he was executed, he died October 31st, 2021. And right now is, guess what? Everybody's still in a maze. You got a lot of people hate him, and you got a lot of people love him, but people don't even know him. So what made Alpo who he was? Why people are so interested in his life, okay? What was so fascinating about it? Even when they did that movie, Paid in Full, and the rapper Cameron played him to the T. People are still in awe, in a maze, okay? When you sit back and you look at it, who was Alberto Alpo Martinez? Alpo, from my brief dealing with him, it's like right now, the charisma, his attitude, his demeanor. Right now, from my dealing with him right now, I saw him right now as an individual that was regretful, that was remorseful, that wished if he had a chance to do it all over again, he could have been a top businessman. He could have been a CEO, CFO, COO of any company that he wanted to. He could have been, guess what? Open up a clothing line. Because people love his unique style, his class. You know what? It's like right now with this guy, he was a professional charmer, man. He's a professional charmer. Okay, make no mistake. I'm not trying to sit back and think about and saying that he was an angel. No, he was not no angel. Who was? Let he or she who have not sinned cast the first stone. Now, imagine, what was his last word? That's what I want to know. The difference is right now, from my understanding, what was his dying words? When you sit back and think about, from my understanding, you hear stories. When you're about to die, your whole life flashes in front of you. So when you sit back and look at it, that night, that morning in question, when, here it is, when he got shot, and basically right now, when he got knowledge and understanding and look over, seeing what the heck was happening. Because once again, people always like to say, if this happened, I'm going to do this. If that happened, I'm going to do this. So imagine right now you sitting in your truck, in your vehicle, And as you sitting in your vehicle, macking on this honey, talking to this young lady, and you see death come and tap you on your shoulder. Because when that gunshot, he hearing the gunshot, and that bullet ricochet and shot through that window. You know what? Automatically, when he see, oh snap, and look, and see the individual that was shooting at him. And his flashback, oh man, I remember this little dude. I remember that incident that took place prior. How in the heck, right now, I allowed this individual to sneak up on me like that? When your number is play, your number is play. And automatically right now, as he got shot, and he's fighting, and he's trying to drive off. And the difference is right now, everything started happening, everything started taking place, and your mind racing. You know what I'm saying? Even once he crashed, and he got out, and the police came, and they tried to save him. They tried to revive him. They tried to give him CPR. What was his last words? What was his dying words? What was he saying? Was he saying, Father, please forgive me for I have sinned? Well, he's thinking about like, oh man, saying sorry for all the victims that he was once responsible for their death. What was he saying? What was he thinking about? If I had a chance to do it all over again, what would I have done? See, people, we don't understand, we don't know until death come knocking at our door. So when death came knocking at Alpo's door, what was his last word? What was his dying word? To me right now is, guess what? It had to be a very, very scary feeling. A lot of people want to talk that talk, but once again, to me, everybody is afraid of dying. Everybody was afraid of dying. So when he was grasping, as the police officers say, he was grasping for air. You know what I'm saying? He was grasping for air, taking his last breath, knowing that, guess what? It was the end. Knowing that right now his life is over with. Knowing that right now he was going back to where he came from. When we all die, we go back to where we came from. And you know what the worst thing about that? We don't know where we come from. So we going back to the unknown. So even as he lay there dying, even as his whole life flashing in front of him, from the time that he was born, from the time that he used to go up in the mountain, with that family. And right now is how they was talking about how good he was and how they wanted to keep him up there. All that stopped flashing in front of him. Even with his involvement with AZ and Rich Porter, and right now all the wild things and his bike riding and his fancy cars, you know what? And all the Louis Vuitton and his dealing with Dapper Dan and all these women. Folks, listen, man. What was his dying word? To me, like I said right now, is guess what? I don't know. I was not there. You was not there. But right now is his dying words, guess what? Is wishing that he had a chance to do it all over again. Asking for forgiveness. Asking for people to understand right now was, guess what? He wished he had a chance. He wished he was never Alpo. He wished he was Alberto Martinez, the legit businessman, the law-abiding citizen, the father, a husband, a productive product to his environment. And that's the difference. That's what we all got to understand. When we sit back and we think about it right now is, guess what? When he was trying to speak, when he was trying to say something, the officer said he couldn't speak because he was grasping. He was trying to catch his breath. Knowing right now they did everything they can do to save him. And the difference was the end. As he lay there, as his last breath left out his body, as they try to rush him to the hospital, you just could only imagine. It was over. And the difference right now is hopefully he was at peace. Hopefully right now is he was able to make peace and ask for forgiveness before that breath, his last breath, exit out of his body. Folks, I'm not here to try to criticize anybody. I'm not here to try to badmouth anybody. Let he or she, once again, who have not sinned, cast the first stone. Because once again, listen, we all have done some foul things that people do not know about it. Only thing different is his was noticeable. That man came home from 24 years. 24 years. And when he got out or whatever, when you sit back and think about it, sometime when you lose 24 years, 2 decades out of your life, you feel you missed something. You feel right now is, guess what? You got things to make up for. And that's what I'm trying to tell you folks. Count your blessing. Live and enjoy your life while you can. Because tomorrow is not promised to any one of us or whatever. And that's why you get to love on your loved one. And even right now, hopefully right now, may his soul rest in peace, his spirit be lifted. And guess what? That, here it is, he got things like he made peace. He made peace. He made peace before it's over. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe, share. Rest in peace, Alberto. Alpo Martinez.
Just got my copy of Beyond Lucky by Brian Glaze Gibbs. Thank you so much for sending me my personalized autographed copy. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a long time, so I'm really excited to get to know some of your stories and what made you you and how this redemption came about. I know you're a changed man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole process of how it happened. Thank you. Yo, Glaze! I just got to my favorite part of your book. This is Out of Prison as a New Person. So, page 308, May of 1998. That's actually when I had the pleasure of meeting you.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian Gibbs. I love this book so much. I mean, I was a fan of your YouTube channel, but now I'm like a real up close and personal fan. I really love what you have going on here. And not only that, but I too was once lost and now I'm found. So thank you, Brian, for this autographed copy. I appreciate you.
Have you checked your tire pressure today?
I don't have a flat.
Have you checked your blood pressure today?
No, I don't feel sick.